788, as I'm your vacation consultant and look forward to working with you.
Hey, did you know there's a live psychology talk show Thursday and Friday at noon where you can call in and get free guidance and also learn several different topics relating to ending the stigma on mental health? It's called Moments of Clarity on WTAN 1340 AM. It's with licensed therapist Tiffany Warner, who will try to end the stigma on mental health. But the only way you can do that is to listen to Moments of Clarity Thursday and Friday at noon on WTAN 1340 AM, the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. That's part of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Yet, in spite of its clarity, millions of Americans still believe ours is a Christian nation. We know better, and we know the reasons we should never let America become anything other than what it is, a secular nation. Talk to us on the Atheist Forum every Friday afternoon at 2 here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tune in every Monday night from 7 to 8 for the Players Show. For the 17th consecutive year, we'll broadcast live from the Press Box Sports Emporium, located at 222 Southdale, Mabry, and Tampa, and sponsored by 8 Man Strong and Staff Cell. We'll review last week's game, preview the upcoming one, and have a different player each week. So come out and join us, or tune in every Monday night from 7 to 8.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's Monday. Do you need some Monday motivation? The Shop Local for Good News team is here. I'm Karina Morrison.
And I'm Lisa Walls.
And we're bringing you the good news stories of our neighbors doing good in our neighborhoods.
You can find us on Facebook Live on the Shop Local for Good page. And we're looking forward to your calls.
Let's get this Shop Local for Good News conversation started, shall we? Happy Monday. This is Shop Local for Good News, and this is Monday Motivation, and I'm Karina.
And I'm Lisa.
And today we have a very special guest, Andrea Clark with Mothers and Minors. She's going to be telling us all about the M.O.M mission in Tampa Bay, and we're going to catch everyone up on what's happening. We got something really exciting this week, the end of the week.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, we're going to give a few shout outs to our sponsors. MarketSpace for Good is a local entrepreneur incubator, and retail space is where you want to shop local for good. It's located at 6785 46th Avenue North. And they have all kinds of artists, artisans, and entrepreneurial things that you can buy. We've got local specialty foods, and you'll be able to come out and say hi to me personally and maybe my daughter Lorena, who is on the camera right now because we are live on Facebook on the Shop Local for Good page. So if you're not driving and you're near a laptop, jump on Facebook and you can see us on the Shop Local for Good page, and you can invite a few hundred friends, like Andrea's doing, because she knows me. She's good. All right. And later on, we are going to have a drawing for the MarketSpace for Good local loyal shopper. Basically, every day that you come in and make a purchase, you get an entry into the local loyal shopper gift basket giveaway. This week is being sponsored by Rescue Me Bakery Dog Treats. We love Kathy dearly. I got to see her in Safety Harbor on Friday night. Got a big old hug. And her dog treats are highly recommended by Rosie. Rosie is my dog. And she also has catnip kitty treats.
Does she really?
Catnip? Yeah, which are highly recommended by Smokey and Pixel and Athena, which are my cats. So that was fun. Friday night we found them first. That we got for the first time. We got them, and when we got home, we put them down, and the cats had fun.
I bet.
And actually, it allowed me to sleep that night because you know how cats wake up.
Yes.
They like to keep mom awake. And then the Benevolution Foundation is also a sponsor of the show. That's the nonprofit arm of Shop Local for Good. We identify nonprofits in the community that need a little bit of assistance. We've got something that we're going to be presenting to Andrea from a summer full of activity. I got a donation for the Mothers of Minors 4th annual Showers of Love baby shower. And so, first of all, I just want to catch up with Lisa. What have you been up to this week?
Well, it's been a busy work week, but today is actually a Shabbat for those of us celebrating the High Holy Days. So it is Sukkot, and tomorrow is our wedding anniversary.
Oh, so happy wedding!
Or is that today? Tomorrow started last night at sundown. So today, no, tomorrow. My husband's not listening.
Okay, we'll figure it out later.
It's the 15th of Tishrei. So, but we keep our wedding anniversary according to the Hebrew calendar. So, because we're just different like that.
All righty then. Okay, so let's start with Mothers of Minors for the Benevolution Foundation block. I talk about you all the time. She rolls her eyes. But let's review. How did Mothers of Minors get started?
Well, Mothers of Minors got started because actually by a conversation. I was in the car and I think the Powerball or something was really, really high. And I was just driving with one of my sisters and I said, well, if I hit the Powerball, of course I have to play, but I don't really play the lotto, but it was wishful thinking. And I was like, if I won, I would, make sure my kids were taken care of. This, I said, and I really want to do something for single moms. So that was the beginning of a conversation. And then a few months later, we kind of talked about it, me, my best friend, my sister, and we kind of talked about it. And then it was, I got custody of my goddaughter and her sister, and then my best friend had custody of her, the 2 other siblings. And I said, so me and her was talking. I said, because both of our kids were grown at that point, and we was like, can you believe we're mothers again? And I said, and one of us, I can't remember who said, and we said of minors, even. I said, that's the name of the organization. And so from there, I just started, doing all the paperwork and all the footwork for it. Because my goal is to always, as being a single parent, all of us that were in the beginning of it are single moms.
Right.
So we decided that we wanted to do something to stand in the gap for single moms, especially the one, of course, the ones that, need the help, but also for ones that are kind of like working parents that just need that little bit of stuff to stay in the gap, because of the simple fact, we both, all of us were working single moms. So we didn't qualify for a lot of assistance or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And there was never anything really available for working moms. It's always, it's almost like you were penalized for having a decent job.
Exactly. And then you've got situations that come up.
Right. And if your budget is, basically it's still paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And, they look at your gross income and not your net income. So therefore, they disqualify you for things. So it just became something that I wanted to do to give back to single moms such as myself and my best friend and sisters.
Then it got bigger.
And then it got bigger.
And then we met.
And then we met. And it got bigger. So it was just trying to get, it's been a blessing to be able to keep doing it. And every year we try to get bigger and better. So we just want, so like we have our baby shower coming up this Saturday.
4th annual. Can you believe it's been 4 years?
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. Been 4 years. So it's been, and I've had people reaching out from other states, as well as other cities within Florida wanting to know, are you guys here? And I'm like, not yet. Right. So, my next option is probably going to, try to do one here and then one in another city. Right. Like Orlando, where my Eastern Star family is, which is one of our main supporters too, and try to do something up there in the Orlando area first.
Okay.
To try to get us, moving around. And then, I've had people as far as Georgia and New York, everywhere. It's like
we could have a mom convention and we could train moms to take mom out into the country.
Right.
That'd be fantastic.
Right. Because it's not enough me to go to all these states.
No. Or, get enough, because what people need to understand is Andrea is a full-time plus worker, plus you're a full-time plus leader of a locally focused nonprofit. And when I say locally focused, you have reached all the way into Orlando to help moms, because you have connections there.
Right. My Eastern Star family is there. Right.
So, and they help you. So they're kind of like a mom satellite.
Right. They're the mom satellite. They, this year they actually, because every year with them we do we pick a charity per year to support.
Right.
And this year this is the third time they've chose Mom.
Nice.
When I first started Mom, they did it they did it then. And then we at one point was doing another charity. And then this year when we went to our grand session, they chose Mom again as the nonprofit.
So we want to give them a great big shout out.
Yes.
That's statewide, right?
Right. That's throughout the state of Florida. It's the Royal Grand Chapter, Order of Eastern Stars. So we're definitely trying to get, they're definitely there pushing and helping. So not only do we have people here in the Pinellas County area, we also have in throughout the state of Florida, people are collecting and bringing donations. So every time we go to a meeting or anything in Orlando, people are bringing me, baby stuff. We even have a box that stays there that they can put donations in. So sometimes when I go, I have to make sure my car is empty.
Yeah. You don't have the big one anymore.
I don't have the big one anymore. I need to get another big one.
Yeah, me too. Okay, well, and Mom does have the 4th annual Showers of Love community baby shower coming up this Saturday, and yes. you're needing some volunteers too.
We are still always need as many hands on deck as possible.
Yes. Are you going to do a Friday night before thing?
We're going to be doing Friday night before from 6 to 9 at the North Greenwood Aquatic Center, who has been an amazing sponsor and partner, because we've hosted it there the last 3 years. Through the city of Clearwater has graciously allowed us to use the building. So we definitely want to make sure that people are aware that we are being sponsored pretty much as far as the space by the city of Clearwater.
You wouldn't be able to afford
it. Exactly. And I mean, we have half the gym or the whole gym if we need it. But
right. So Friday night, I'll tell you guys what the Friday night fun is, because Lorena's been there, where we all throughout the year. So you're gonna have to excuse me, because when I talk about Mom, I say we, because I served on the board for a few years.
You did. You've been a great help.
Thanks.
Great help.
But so what we do Friday night is go through all the totes of all the donations that have come in for the year, and then we sort them out, and so when the moms get there the next day, they can go shopping.
Right.
And I'm doing air quotes for those in Radio Land. So they take a tote, and then they can pick from the clothes,
different tables, the clothes. We have clothes, books, toys, sometimes. And then at the end, we also have the big ticket items.
Right.
The big ticket items are things like car seats, bassinets, pack and plays, swings, high chairs, whatever we've had donated.
And that's what you need.
And those are the things we still need. Especially like high chairs and things like that for when they get past that infant stage, because we do from, say people who are still pregnant to 1 year old.
Right.
At one, a lot of them need the high chair so that they can, the baby can sit and eat and things like that. So those are some of the things
that's a safety issue, and it's a learning issue. Learning to sit up and eat right and not throw your food.
Right. Some babies don't get that right away, so there's food everywhere normally. But those are the things that we're really needing. And then we're also needing either like baby bags or it could be like beach tote bags, just something big enough that we can put, because every mom, when they first come in and they sign in at the registration table, are given a bag, and that bag normally has basic necessities, onesies. We get a care pack that we put together from Newborns in Needs.
Okay.
They do that, and it's like where they crochet
Right.
blankets and different things. So, and they put together these little packets for us, and we put those in the bag. So every mom gets that. And then we also have, other things that we put in there, bottles and onesies and all that good stuff is put in there so that they have all that as new stuff. And then they can still go shopping. So not only are they getting some brand new stuff, then we also have the gently used stuff. And we have clothes on top of clothes. So normally we have that part open to like, hey, listen, take as much as you like. Because the clothes are.
We want to give a shout out again to the Palms of Largo.
Right, because they went through and washed up and sorted all those clothes. And I know that's a lot of work, because the first year for the baby shower, when I tried to do that on myself, I got tired of seeing baby clothes.
Right. Well, and then they went out and they actually purchased
the totes,
new totes, and then they labeled them.
Yep.
Which just makes it so easy.
Yes.
Oh man, Friday's going to be a breeze.
It's going to be a breeze. Yes. So
and that was 30 bags of clothes. I know, because I put them in my car to take them over there.
Right.
And they're like, this,
because there were some in totes too already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's, we have so much stuff that comes in throughout the year, and it's a blessing to have them come in, because even without the baby shower, we have people throughout the year that may, reach out and still need Pampers, or still need clothes, or still need, items. So we continually, not just at the baby shower, but we continually give throughout the year.
Right. Well, and you're connected throughout the community. Like for the other day, I think it was Trinette. She knew a family that ended up, they had a fire or something, and they needed clothes, or they had to leave their house.
Something. Yeah. So I forgot what happened.
Emergency, and they needed clothes, and that's why the storage unit is so vital.
Yes.
So people are like, why am I donating for a storage unit? Well, it's because you don't have an office.
Right.
And that is the best use of your funds.
Yes. That's the most use of the funds throughout the year, because we have to have some place to put the stuff.
Right.
And even though
it's spread out all over the place.
And even though the bulk, we start hard pushing for donations around the baby shower. Actually, it's best all year round, because we have people that will still come say, hey, I have this. Do you need it? And then we just put it in storage so that we would have,
right.
Because it is a lot to try to do all at one time.
Well, what people need to understand as well is having a centralized, and Bison Clearwater Storage, I might be saying their name wrong. They're on
I don't know.
Bison Storage of Clearwater. They're such a nice family, and it's really nice to have a central location where, because sometimes moms are in a situation where they don't want to go to a stranger's house to pick it up from their garage.
Right. And they're already feeling, a kind of way anyways, because most single moms, they're not out there, they really don't want to ask for help a lot of times. A lot of times it's like the last resort of, I've exhausted everything I can think of, and I just can't figure it out.
So it gives them dignity.
Right.
Instead of trying to walk up to a stranger's door and go, hi, I'm here for help.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have been really busy all summer.
Yes.
We had a couple of evening events. I want to give a shout out again to all of the businesses who invested in, you can see it on YouTube and maybe Facebook, but what I've got in my hand is the Passport for Good program. And that is something that Shop Local for Good started this year.
Yes.
And it was a way for small business owners to invest in a really beautiful leather personal organizer that's not dated. So when you get it, you can put your own dates in.
Mm-hmm.
So what they've done is they've invested in the publication of this, And I believe there's 20 something businesses in here who are offering a discount. So, for example, like our friends with Edgewater in Maine is in here. Angie's Grill on Drew Street. We've got Carolyn's Kitchen. We've got Pets Unlimited. And fun stuff like Rescue Me Bakery. And Gabby with It Works. And you've offered a discount because you're also a notary.
I am.
So you've invested in here too.
Yep, I have.
So anyway, and we got Joey Biscotti and Aunt Nisi, and I'm not going to name them all because we take up the whole show. But this Passports for Good program was put together and then offered. There are still a few available at the MarketSpace for a $25 donation. So that we did that, and then we did the Summer Fest for Good with Tammy and her team at the Plaza at the Palms of Largo. They are a hardworking team.
They are.
It was a great day. It was a really great day. And then we had an evening for good at Angie's Grill on Drew Street. So all together with the community donating towards getting their very own Passport for Good. I'm in love with this thing.
I know. I like that. It's nice. It's purse size.
Yes, it is. It's purse size. And this is the one I've been carrying with me for months.
And it doesn't look like
it. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, these are available at MarketSpace for Good. So I do want to. It was a lot of work, but it was very worthwhile.
It was.
And Shop Local for Good and the Benevolution Foundation would like to present you with a check for $908.30 for your baby shower this
Thank
Saturday. You're welcome. You're welcome. We're getting a picture taken live on radio. So now, I know you said that you need big ticket items. Where can they get in touch with you to drop off all the cribs and the high chairs and the pack and plays and the bouncy seats that they have?
They can either drop them off at Angie's Grill on Drew Street.
Okay.
Also, Marketplace for Good is a drop-off location.
Yes, we are.
Also, if we need to schedule a pickup, and shout out to my daughter, who's my driver to pick up stuff, they can also give us a call at 727-533-5719, and we'll make arrangements to pick it up if they can't make it to one of the two drop-off locations.
Now, is all this information available on your website?
Yes. Okay. It's on www.momincfl.org.
momincflorida.org. Yep. Momincfl. FL. momincfl.org. So, and even if they're unable to get you the donations before the baby shower, or maybe they don't have the funds or whatever, time is valuable.
Time is valuable.
We appreciate all volunteers. So do you want them to sign up to volunteer?
They can sign up to volunteer. There is a volunteer application, just basic information that we request so we can, keep track of who volunteers, because normally we try to do something for our volunteers after.
Yes, we do.
So we try to keep that information, but there is a volunteer application online that they can do, or again, reach out to us. We also are on our Facebook page. They can send us a message there. And we can get them, and we'll reach out to them, because we definitely need as many hands on deck. You've been there for every one of them, and you know that no matter how many people are there, you still need more people.
Exactly. Well, Lisa, do you have any questions? Because I could talk to Andrea by myself. Poor Lisa's over there going, yeah, I'm just third wheel here. Don't mind me.
No, this is great, because we've been wanting to hear from you, Andrea, for quite a while, because we know you represent so much of what the Benevolution Foundation is trying to help, and that is a locally managed, good work in the community that directly helps community members. Don't have this administrative overhead. You're not hiring salespeople to get on the phone. No. These dollars are going right to helping these families. Can you tell us more about, maybe some of the families you've helped? Do you remember, maybe one of the moms and, some of these people's stories? Because that can be really important to share.
We've had, I had one, kind of like she stood out. She needed help with daycare. And this is when we had, so we were able to help her with like 2 weeks worth of daycare. We were able to help her with pull-ups because actually her child was in pull-ups. And it was just one of those things where, fell in the middle of not have, like just that in between paycheck thing and needed to thing, or otherwise the daycare was gonna, stop. Of course she wouldn't have been able to bring the child to daycare, which of course is a hindrance because if I can't take my child to daycare, I can't work. So it's just a double, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Right.
a vicious cycle of trying to think. So, we were able to step in the gap for her, pay 2 weeks worth of the daycare, get her some get her enough pull-ups. And I think we even, at this point it was, even her gas, everything just was happening to this mom at one time, so we were able to, get a gas card for her and, put gas, so she was able to put gas in her car. So, we have a lot. I mean, a lot of times we have some moms that we've helped more, in more situations than one.
Now, do they turn around and volunteer for mom?
We have had ones that will turn around and be like, listen, but is there anything? We've had ones that want to volunteer before even coming to the event the next day.
Right.
It's like, listen, I know I'm coming to the event, but do you need me to help? Mm-hmm. So they're always willing to give back. So it's not that they're just, not, they need the help. They appreciate the help. And they want to, they want to show their appreciation in the only way they have at this point, which is their time. And a lot of times that's the best thing because, it's a lot that goes into setting up for this baby shower and actually pulling it all together.
Well, to give you a visualization, it's a gym. And how many tables did we have last year?
Last year, I think we had about 25 or so tables.
So mm-hmm. It's a baby shower on a mega scale. And then you feed them lunch too.
We feed them lunch too.
Now, how are you doing on donations for food and things like that?
We're still working on needing food. It's been slow this year.
Yeah.
So we're working on donation of food. So if there's any restaurant owners out there that are willing to donate food for the baby shower, we would greatly appreciate it. We've had Olive Garden has donated in the past. So we're working on a lot of it this year. Perkins has been our one. Every time we call, he's like, sure. The Perkins on Gulf Bay. So yeah, we have some that we've dealt with and we think, but we're always looking for new.
So they don't have to provide the whole spread.
No, they have to
provide a part.
They could provide a part because we've had, last year I think we had like Olive Garden, we had some Hooters, we had, we have sandwiches. Then we
these are pregnant women.
These are pregnant women. They eat, okay,
and they're not really picky.
No, a lot of them are not picky. And we have the vendors there, so we also. Make sure the vendors can eat as well because they're coming out to support.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So we try to make sure there's enough food for at least everybody to enjoy. So anybody who wants to donate, a pan of something or whatever, we're greatly appreciated, so that we can make sure that these moms come because a lot of them haven't had baby showers before.
Right.
So this is the time when you can, they can get that feel that they wouldn't, normally get, that they missed out on, because,
And she does it upright too. I mean, there's tablecloths and seat covers. It's pretty. Yeah. There's pictures.
There's pictures all over the website, all over our Facebook page. So it's
so before you write the check, go to the website.
That's right.
Look at all the cute babies.
Look at all the cute babies.
And write a bigger check.
That's right. That's right. Because we definitely can use it. And throughout the year, like I said, my goal down the line is to really get to where mom is self-sustaining and also where we can do things, because you would not believe how many calls we get of mothers with kids, of families that are homeless or, so my goal down the line that I'm saying will happen is that I want us to have like an emergency housing thing, because even though there's shelters, there's not enough.
Never.
So, and we have these families that are out there, and I feel so. It's just so many. Like, I mean, in a week's time, I can't even count how many we get. So my goal is to eventually have that set up to where we will have emergency housing for these moms, or something, because it's sad. It's a really thing when it's families, and and you have these moms, they're struggling, they're trying the best they can, and they're crying, and my heart's breaking because I can't, I can't help everybody all the time, but my goal is to eventually be able to.
Now, what I want our neighbors to understand is that Mom does vet the moms that are helped.
Right.
We don't just throw money at them and let them go away either. We follow up with them, and what I really want our neighbors to understand is some of these moms are working.
Yes.
Their kids are in school and they're still living in their car.
Right.
If they have a car.
Exactly.
And then the shelters, they get full, or there's time limits.
Yeah.
And then they gotta go to, and it is just, it's really heartbreaking.
A lot of the shelters have, I had a pregnant mom, and she couldn't get a thing because most of them you have to be working, but who's going to hire a pregnant person?
Right.
That's far along, and if you're not showing or anything, you might be able to get in. But if you're 7-8 months pregnant, they're not going to hire you because you're right. They know that you're going to be leaving again, or at least having to take time off.
Right.
So they're not going to hire them. So, it's just a cycle that, these moms, and like I said, thank goodness I've, as gotten that bad, but everybody doesn't have this, the family and things like that they can kind of fall back on, to help in those times. So it's definitely, a lot of them. I mean, in a week's time, we'll get 10 to 15 calls of just, hey, I'm about to be homeless. I got to move from where I am by tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do. And
you get 10 to 15 calls a week?
Yes.
A week. It's a lot more than anybody realizes.
Exactly.
And it can wear one out.
It can because it's so disheartening, because you want, with me, I'm that one that always wants to do. I want to do. And I can't, I'm not a rich person. So it's for a couple of nights, but it's just so sad. Like, what do you do?
Well, and I was a single mom for 15 years, and I know that there are times where there were 2 months in particular that were just, I was in crisis. It was something had happened that I couldn't anticipate. And my Sunday school class paid my rent for 2 months. If they had not, I would have been out. So not everybody has a support system, though.
Right.
At that time that I needed, I happened to have that. Not everybody does. But when you're in that situation, you feel like you're so alone.
Right.
I'm the only one. And you're, embarrassed. How did I get here? Yeah. Oh my gosh, how did I get here? And then, when you're going through it, sometimes the hand holding and the encouragement and the being made to critical is meeting the actual need.
Yep.
So you do that for them, even if you can't meet the actual need. You're
Right.
still handling those phone calls. You're still trying to encourage them. You're still trying to find a way to funnel some support to them. That's really important. But meeting their needs is important.
They reach out to Mothers of Minors because it's a nonprofit that's local, that was started by single moms. So they feel like, first of all, you immediately understand.
Right. Right. You can relate to their struggles, because I mean, as being a single parent, and again, I've always been blessed to have, like I said, what they call a decent job, but it does not stop you from struggling. Like you said, one thing outside of your normal everyday can make it a
a car repair needed, or
Right.
something. Yeah.
Right. I mean, because
Absolutely.
they're not talking, groceries, or, say your power goes out for something, and or you had to replace your food. And it could be anything. It could just, and some budgets are so tight, it could just be anything as far as, I got to put gas in my car this week.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I didn't budget for that, right? But now it's throwing the whole thing off because they don't.
Well, and what I like about Mothers of Minors too, and Wells Fargo is going to come in and help at the baby shower. They're going to be doing some financial literacy.
Yes, they're going to do financial literacy. They're going to also, give out information on the different types of accounts that are available. Of course, they won't be opening any accounts that but they are going to be giving out some information. They
offer classes too.
Mm-hmm,
I was told.
And they have they even have like things that I didn't know, like minor accounts that they could set up for for the minor kids to kind of build funds there.
Yeah.
So as with it, my thing and my goal is always to have things there that will help educate and give them information that they may not have known was available.
Right.
We're also going to have somebody that will help if they need to register to vote. We're going to have someone that's going to be there to do that.
Okay.
So we try to get as much as possible in the building.
Plus, you get to play games.
Right. You get to play games. Win some prizes. So we tried to make it as, fun, educational, and beneficial for the moms. And we do make sure that we're not getting, keep information so that we can follow up. We do want to start doing more workshops with these moms and invite them to different events, so that they can become more active in the community as well.
So what I'd like to challenge everybody who's listening out in Facebook land and YouTube land and WTN network land, I'd like to challenge you to select MOM as your $5 a month donation. You can set up a regular donation to MOM. Did you get that fixed on the website?
Yeah, through PayPal.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even have to think about it. It's $5. And then go out and get 5 of your friends to do the same thing. And I've talked about this on previous shows. You can go out and get 9 of your friends, and then it's power of 10.
Yep.
So that's 10 of you donating $5 a month. That's $50 a month. And if we get 100 people to do that, then we can start handling the homelessness and the mom challenges in our backyard.
Right.
I know people that send that kind of money overseas.
Right.
And I know there's people that need help overseas.
Right.
But this is our backyard.
Right,
These are our neighbors.
Right. These are people that you see every day. So
it's just $5 a month.
Yeah.
That's what we're asking, because mom's overhead is not too much. We just have the website and the storage. The storage unit.
The storage is the biggest,
and the storage unit is vital.
That we have to have.
Right. That storage unit.
Right.
So that's what you've got something else coming up in November.
We will be at the Mac and Cheese Festival.
And you can vote for MOM now.
That's right. You can vote for MOM now. What's the website?
It's shoplocalforgood.com.
Shoplocalforgood.com, and vote for MOM to be your your favorite community nonprofit.
Favorite local nonprofit.
Yeah. We're also doing that, and also coming up in February, we're going to be doing bingo.
Fun.
Yes, at Hamburger Mary's.
Oh,
so
fun.
we're going to be setting that up soon to help. So we're looking for as many ways. I'm trying to find as many ways to try to help, fun ways to try to.
Well, what I want to mention is the macaroni and cheese is People's Choice competition.
Okay, that's it.
So it's being run through the Benevolution Foundation. So for your $2 vote for Mothers of Minors to win a favorite local nonprofit in Greater Tampa Bay area, the proceeds from your $2 vote will go to Mothers of Minors in the form of a grant from the Benevolution Foundation to help cover with some of your expenses. And you also have a team because some of all of the vendors that are going to be at the Macaroni and Cheese Ball Festival were given the opportunity to select their nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
So Rubbed and Pulled Barbecue, if you vote for them as foodie favorite, the proceeds of their votes will go to Mothers of Minors.
Awesome.
Pamela's Homestyle Cooking, same thing.
Okay.
And for Sweetest Treat is Danielle's Delicious Dessert. She's selected Mothers of Minors.
Awesome.
And then favorite local shopping is Paparazzi by TJ.
Okay.
So
Paparazzi's my favorite.
Yeah, I know. So they're competing to win in their categories.
Okay.
And so their supporters will donate $2 to vote for them, and the proceeds will go to Mothers of Minors.
Awesome.
So it's not just you on your own begging for the $2 votes.
Okay.
Because that can get overwhelming.
It can,
especially when you got a baby shower coming up.
My baby shower and
all kinds
of stuff.
All kinds of mom duties.
All kinds of mom duties and grandma duties.
That's
right.
That's awesome. So what I would love for you to tell is the story about the mom in Lakeland where it was raining and you went to rescue her.
That was in the beginning.
It was.
When I first started Mom.
That's how she tell it.
Well, I had a mom that had moved from the St. Pete area for job reasons to the Lakeland area. And until she could get situated into her new home, she had to stay in like an efficiency or whatever. And she called me one night and she was like, she was in this efficiency. She was like a little bit short on what she needed to stay. And it was like 10 o'clock raining it was a weekend day, if I'm not mistaken. And the owner of the efficiency was like, well, no, either you give us the money or you got to get out, and it was her and her daughter and she had nowhere to go. Like her where she was moving to permanently was not available for like another, week or two or whatever. Mm-hmm. So what I did was I ended up, calling and paying, as far as the Mothers of Minors, calling and paying that gap amount of money so she would have somewhere to stay with her and her daughter, just till she could get her apartment. And it was, and she was like, she had pawned everything she could think of. She had maybe one more thing she could go, but that of course she couldn't do until the morning. And they really was like, no. And I'm like, that is ridiculous. I understand as a business perspective that you have to make your money. But if this person is telling you and she's been here this time and she's paid you, a couple of hours, like they really were not going to let her, they were pretty much like, it was not just a drizzle. It was a downpour of rain. That was through one of the rainy seasons. So it's a downpour of rain.
And she has a child.
And she has a child with her. Yes. And they were going to put her out.
Heartless.
So we stepped in the gap of that and we helped, we helped her. We had a grandmother one time, older lady. I think she had to come from somewhere to come here. And matter of fact, I think it was around Easter time. We had a grandmother who they called her in the middle of the night, say, listen, come get your grandkids or they're going into foster care or whatever it was. I can't, it was a while.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. And we ended up having to help her. We got her some, because she was an older lady. She was,
no kid stuff.
No kid stuff.
No food.
No nothing. So we went and we got her like, because they're little kids. So we went and got like some gift certificates to McDonald's. So she would have for the times that she didn't want to cook. We got some Easter stuff because it was, like I said, right around Easter stuff, Easter time. So, we did do that. And it was, And it's things like that that make you just understand. So mom doesn't just help. I don't want people to think that it just has to be the mom.
Right.
Because we have so many people nowadays in our community that are stepping in as mom. It could be a cousin who's raising another cousin. It could be a grandmother who is now have custody of her infant grandchild. It can be, you know what I mean? It could be, we help dads. Yeah. I mean, when we did the Christmas, we had a dad was like, listen, I don't know what I'm going to give my kids for Christmas. And and the funniest thing is with him is he came with somebody to pick up their stuff. He hadn't even and we just had, been blessed with so much stuff. We were able to give him a few things for his daughters. So he was able to now, because men struggle too.
Right.
And a lot of men are, they feel bad. They, of course they feel like they're, should I say, less of a man because they're not able to do the things that they want for their families. And so we stand in the gap for them too. Even though mothers are minors, we don't just help moms. Yes, that's our, thing, because it's mostly moms that are going to be the single person with the children.
Right.
But we do stand in the gap. So if there's a dad who's raising his child, and needs help, we don't want them to think that they're not able to get help. We will do the best we can to help them as well. If they need items, the same way we do a mom, the same way we'll do a grandma, aunt, whatever. Because nowadays it's not just, in this society, it's not just moms. We have so many people stepping in to take over the role because the mom, for whatever reason, maybe couldn't do whatever, to raise the kids. So now the kids are with the grandmother or the aunt or a cousin or.
You've stepped into that role a couple of times.
I have stepped into that role quite a few times.
Right.
So it's essential, it's essential to be able to understand that, everybody needs help sometimes at some point. And we just want to be there without that extra, what is the word I'm looking at? That, all that rigmarole. Like we vet them, of course. We want to know who we're dealing with and what we're thinking, but we also don't want them to feel like there's so much red tape that you can't get the help. Because I mean, like I said, it's me with 4 kids. When my kids were younger, I didn't qualify for stuff because of the simple fact that
you were working.
I was working, so it was almost like you're being penalized for working. So it's almost like you're darned if you do, darned if you don't type situation. If I'm working, I'm making too much. I can't get no help. If I'm not working, then I'm labeled like I'm just lazy. And, and
right.
How do you get past that?
Yeah. So that you either
so
don't
mom
qualify.
keeps them in the workforce by helping fill that gap when needed.
Right. Well, and there are programs out there, but you have to qualify for the programs or you get in line.
Exactly.
And you wait. And who's going to help you while you're waiting?
Exactly.
Who's going to help your kids?
Exactly. Like, there's a lot of programs out there, well, not a lot, but there's, there's, the childcare programs and different things. But like you said, there's a waiting list.
Mm-hmm.
After all that, when you're waiting and waiting and waiting in between this, you're losing jobs because you now don't have the childcare that you need.
Mm-hmm.
You're, or you're trying to figure out a way, you're trying to take them to different friends and you know what I mean? And unfortunately, friends and family ain't going to be there all the time. Like, well, listen, I can watch them today. I'm not watching them, I mean,
right.
So
we're not signing a contract
right
here.
Help out as best we can. I love doing the baby shower. It's just one of those things I just love to give back. I want to be able to help, where I can. And that's the goal of mom. Mom just wants to.
Well, and the moms are really appreciative. The other day I posted this on Facebook because I know it seems like I'm always asking for people to give money to something or to invest in something local. But because I've been to several of the baby showers, if I could just transfer the look of gratitude that I see, that you come out and volunteer and you'll figure out why I have such a passion for mothers and minors. the look of gratitude on their face for a baby shower.
Right.
Because some people are like, it's just a community baby shower. It is, they get treated like they're valuable.
Right. Right.
And even though some of the clothes are hand-me-downs, it's new to them.
Right.
And they walk up to you, you get hugs, just the look of gratitude on their face.
I mean, at the last one I had a lady walk, she was like, I just thank you so much. She's like, this is true, and out of everything, that's the best feeling is when you know that you've done something.
It's
and it helped, and you know what I'm saying, and for someone to come up to you, because a lot of people don't like to think, but when you can get people that will come up to you and just tell you how much they needed that pack and play and how much they needed this, just a step up. It's not like we're giving out,
right,
major
new cars,
or
got a new car.
I mean, we're giving diapers and wipes and sippy cups, you know what I mean? But it's just the whole purpose of, I really needed this. I didn't know where it was going to come from. I you know what I mean? I mean, just and
I was in a convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
I won't call it out.
Okay.
And talking about Summerfest, so this was a while back,
mm-hmm.
and the cashier had been she was a Showers of Love alumni.
Oh, wow.
And didn't realize that her girlfriend was hanging out in the store with her. Her
mm-hmm.
girlfriend was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
And so I was telling her about Summerfest, and she's like, yeah, we'll be out there. And she asked me what it was for, and I said, Mothers Minors, we do a community baby shower. She goes, oh my gosh. 2 years prior,
mm-hmm.
she had been to the shower, and then she looks at her friend. She's like, you have to sign up. You have to be there. So, we run into these people on occasion. And
mm-hmm.
when I was sitting at Angie's Grill on Drew Street,
mm-hmm.
Because there's a donation basket there too.
There is a donation basket.
It's right on Drew Street, right across from 7-Eleven. And we're going there after the show for breakfast. So if y'all want to meet us, you can meet us at Angie's Grill, 1732. Bring some diapers with you, why don't you?
Right. Some bottles too. Yeah.
But I was sitting in, and I'd like to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a people watcher.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody had dropped off a donation, and I'm not shy either.
Right.
It's
you
crazy.
Ain't shy? Really?
It's so crazy. I'm not shy. But I struck up a conversation to figure out, because I like to know how they found out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a young lady whose friend had been to a previous baby. I'm not crying.
Don't cry.
Her friend had been helped, and she had heard that we were collecting donations.
Mm-hmm.
So she went to the Dollar Tree. And
listen, I don't care where it comes from.
Right.
Long as it helps. It does, because some people can't afford to go to the Dollar Tree to get the stuff. So if I don't care if they go and buy 5 baby bottles from the Dollar Tree, it all goes to help somebody.
Yeah.
And and sometimes you think like, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing a good job? And and then you'll run into somebody and say, and they'll hear Mothers of Minors, and they'll be like, I've heard of that. And it's like,
you're like, when?
That's why I'm doing this, because people need it.
Yeah.
And and it always refreshes my spirit with it. It's like, it's just what I want to do. Like, I just really want to step in the gap for them.
Okay, so we want them to find Mothers of Minors on Facebook. That's Mothers of Minors, not coal miners, minors.
Mm-hmm.
And or momincflorida.org. And we will be back after this short commercial break.
WTAN, Clearwater,
FM 106.1,
WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay, WZHR, Zephyr Hills,
FM 104.3.
Listen.
Trading tariffs, 1982 calendars. I'm Michael Toscano. The United States and China each firing off a salvo of new tariffs in a ramping up of the trade war. The U.S. going first with a 10% tax on $200 billion worth of Chinese goods. More from business reporter Tom Busby.
Two more things to keep in mind. The Chinese tariffs on $60 billion worth of U.S.-made goods also go into effect today. And if there's no resolution to this tariff war with China, the 10% tariffs of today will skyrocket to 25% January 1st.
China's new tariffs are 5 and 10% on American imports, including gas, coffee, and chemicals. Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh calls it a smear, a second allegation of sexual misconduct against him. Over the weekend, a woman named Deborah Ramirez told the New Yorker magazine that Kavanaugh exposed himself and forced unwanted contact at a drunken dorm party while a student at Yale. Meanwhile, Abby Phillip reports planning continues for Thursday's hearing of the Senate Judiciary Committee, where accuser Dr. Christine Blasey Ford will outline her accusation of sexual assault.
Kavanaugh plans to use calendars from 1982 as part of his testimony, and Grassley is seeking any written audio, visual, or electronic materials related to the allegations from both parties.
That's Charles Grassley, the committee chairman. A suspect is dead, but a Baltimore police officer will be okay after being wounded in a shootout last night. Interim Police Chief Gary Tuggle.
There were quite a few rounds fired, and we're still trying to drill down on the entire situation, looking at body-worn camera and other things in the area.
Hurricane Florence is gone, but still managing to thrash the Carolinas. Rivers are rising again in South Carolina. Thousands of people told to leave their homes today before those rivers crest. Now meteorologist Chad Meyer says there's more rain.
Now, we're not talking about the significant rain that we saw with 20 and 30 inches, but 4 to 6 inches in places that are already flooding. The ground's not going to take it. It's just going to come back up. These rivers could actually go back up.
I'm Michael Toscano.
You started a DIY project at home. Then you realize convenience isn't always easy. The why in DIY doesn't mean, why is this so hard? At ADT, we DIFY, do it for you. We customize and install a secure smart home that you control from the palm of your hand or the sound of your voice. Smart security, designed and installed just for you with ADT. Visit ADT.com/smart to learn more. License information available at ADT.com. ADT, real protection.
There's a time and a place for black and white, like when you're learning to play piano, or when you want a big two-toned cookie, or when shopping for a pet zebra. But if you want to attract customers, there's no room for black and white. So go to Staples. Staples specializes in bold, hard-to-miss color printing. And now at Staples, get 20% back in rewards on color printing, from banners to brochures and copies to presentations. Print more color, save more money at Staples.
In-store only. Ends 11/10/18. Restrictions apply. See store associate or staples.com/20back for details.
And a good Monday morning, Tampa Bay. Big Ed here on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Let's check out what your mute is shaping up. Dave, that'd be you.
Hello and good morning to you, my friends. Let's take a look at our drive along 19. It's kind of a busy one. We had activity around Tampa Road. Now they got the blockage out of the way on that. That's good news. Curlew, McMullen, Booth, some activity, as well as East Lake and Booth Ranch, kind of close to each other. Watch out there. Bay Area bridges, they're cooperating right now in and around the airports. Both of them, Clearwater and Tampa, will find ourselves with pretty much the usual flow of traffic. If you believe you have what it takes to become one of Florida's finest, you're up to the challenge of becoming a member of the Florida Highway Patrol. You can apply at beatrooper.com. Dave Anderson on the Tan Talk Network.
Thanks, Dave. Look at your Bay Area forecast. Expect a high this afternoon of 93 as usual. A little bit hotter inland, and overnight low tonight 79 degrees. Expect some showers to be moving in later this afternoon. Usual afternoon thunderstorm pattern. And if you're going to the Bucs game tonight, it is the Bucs undefeated at 2-0 against the Steelers, who are 0-1-1. That takes place. The kickoff is at 8:15 tonight. As I said, if you're going out there to tailgate and stuff early, which most of you are, good reason to take the day off or leave work early. Make sure you bring some rain gear, because I'm sure you're going to get hit. Careful out there.
Republicans appointed Donald Trump president, then changed vote count from 60 to 51 to pack the Supreme Court with Citizens United oligarchs. DonFromLargo.com, Mondays 9 to 10 a.m. on the Tan Talk Radio Network. DonFromLargo.com, Mondays, 9 to 10 a.m. Tan Talk Radio Network. Liberty, equality, justice for all. The truth as I see it. Thank you.
There's only one place on the radio where golfers like you can turn for the best tips, interviews, product reviews, local tournaments, and everything golf talk. The Golf Show, guys.
Hey, join the Golf Show, guys, every Wednesday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's not just funny, it's informative, it's celebrities, and it's a lot of applause. It's the Golf Show, guys, Wednesday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hello there, Tampa Bay. This is former NFL and college football coach Jimmy Johnson. Listen to the Kelly Show every Monday starting at 5 p.m. They can sure use the attention.
And this is former Major League Baseball player, Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. I also hope you listen to the Kelly and Kelly Show every Monday starting at 5 p.m. They can darn sure use the money.
Hi there. This is marine wildlife artist and conservationist Dr. Guy Harvey. Please listen to the Kelly Show every Monday starting at 5 p.m. They need to feel worthy.
Hi there, I'm Dr. John.
And I'm Dr. Lisa.
Do you have medical questions you never get to ask?
Now you can ask us.
After many years of caring for children and families, we've learned that the best informed families are also the healthiest.
Are you saying knowledge is power, Dr. John?
I am, Dr. Lisa, and since you're the smart one, I hope you'll share some knowledge with me and our listeners.
Let's do this then.
Okay, we hope you join us every Monday at noon right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network for the Doctors John and Lisa Show.
Listen online at tantalk1340.com.
If you would like to become a wholesale buyer of the premium quality longevity product that you hear about right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network for personal service, you can pick up the phone right now and call Lola at 727-441-3311. Again, that's Lola at 727-441-3311. Or for even faster service, log on to tantalkhealth.com. That's tantalkhealth.com. Here's to your health and longevity.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's Monday. Do you need some Monday motivation? The Shop Local for Good News team is here. I'm Karina Morrison.
And I'm Lisa Walls.
And we're bringing you the good news stories of our neighbors doing good in our neighborhoods.
You can find us on Facebook Live on the Shop Local for Good page, and we're looking forward to your calls.
Let's get this Shop Local for Good News conversation started, shall we? Hello, Tampa Bay. This is Karina Morrison. We are Monday motivating you with the Shop Local for Good News team. And with me today, I have my co-host, who is Facebook doing something on her phone.
I'm tagging you.
Oh. Lisa Walls, and my dear friend Andrea Clark with Mothers of Minors. She is getting excited because they got the 4th annual Showers of Love Community Baby Shower coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
And we've had a really busy summer working with the MOM team and their volunteers on several events to help raise funds for that. But they're in need of either donations so the MOM volunteers can go out and buy the big ticket items if you don't have time to shop.
Right.
Or if you have a gently used cribs, are okay?
Yes, gently used cribs. The only thing I'm trying to stay away from as far as gently used is car seats.
Yeah, well, we can't do that. Yeah.
After starting this, when I first did the first one, I didn't know that there were, my youngest son is 22, be 23. I did not know that there were expiration dates on car seats.
Plus, if they've been in a car accident,
they can't be used. So I didn't know all these things. It was amazing the stuff I've learned since doing the baby shower, like all these new gadgets that have come out. So everything else is fine. We take gently used items, but yeah, we try our very best. We don't want to do the car seats because of the fact that of the expiration date and the fact that we can't tell if they've been in accidents before.
Right.
So
safety issue.
For the safety issues of the baby. So, but we're cribs, bassinets. Actually, we've had we had pack and plays, toddler beds are good. Because of the simple fact that, again, we do go up to 1. So at that point, they start, weaning them out of the crib into the toddler beds. So even if we have a crib one year we had a crib that converted all the way through. So that was a good thing. That was a hot item. So
those girls were trying to win that. That was a hot item.
Right. And just so everyone knows, we do keep it fair at the baby shower. So I try to do it ways that not everybody, so it's not like, oh, well, everybody's gonna get to pick first. We were doing it as almost like a lottery system, like we pull raffle tickets. This year I might do it a little bit different because of the simple fact that it takes a long time to pull all those raffle tickets.
Yeah.
But we try to make it fair. So we it's not like we pick certain people or if you registered first. No, it's totally random of how they get called up to pick their big ticket item. So nobody knows how that's going to work.
Right. But we want every mom to have at least
one big ticket item is my goal. Is every mom will leave there with at least one big ticket item and a bunch of gently used clothes. We do have, we do have some new stuff as well. And we also have books. Thanks to Best the Book Bus.
Yay.
We always have books for the moms,
I love Jennifer. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing. We always have books to give, because reading is important, to start as young as possible. So we do always have they can always pick at least one book and, and then the rest of the stuff that's there. So we definitely need those big ticket items. That's our main goal. And like I said, and then small stuff, because, you never have too many bottles. You never have too many, sippy cups, the little plate, just stuff, that you would use for a baby or a toddler, because again, some of these parents have already had the baby is about to be 1. So they're getting into feeding. So, even the little plate sets that you can get at the Dollar Tree again, with the spoon in it. And, those are things that we can use.
Right. And you can drop these items off at Angie's Grill on Drew Street. That's 1732 Drew Street North. They serve breakfast all day. It's very yummy.
It is very yummy.
And we love Angela and Juan. They've done a lot.
They're amazing.
Mothers of Minors.
They're very thankful for them.
Yeah.
And MarketSpace for Good.
MarketSpace for Good is, we have a basket. It's 6785 46th Avenue North. And we are open Tuesday through, you'll be able to drop things off until at least Thursday night or Friday.
We need to
Friday. I'll just be a little late for volunteering.
Okay, that's fine.
We're gonna the shop local for good team, aka at least Lorena and I will be there on Friday night to help, and I'll try to drag my grouchy teenager with me.
Okay,
Linda.
Okay.
She'll be like, "Wait, Miss Andrea's gonna be there." I'm there. So that's MarketSpace for Good. You can drop off donations. If you'd like to do a cash donation, please go to momincfl.org. That's momincfl.org. Even if you can't make a donation before the baby shower, Mom is constantly, not constantly, but there are expenses.
It's an ongoing donations. Because like I said, again, it's not, the biggest thing is the baby shower. However, we do have people throughout the year. So any donations are always welcome so that we can help. And just like I said, like the mom who, needed help with childcare just to keep her child from being kicked out so she can go to work. These are things that we have, use funding for. So any donations can also be mailed to our P.O. box. You can make the check out to Mothers of Minors or Mom Inc. And the P.O. box is P.O. Box 4398, and that's Clearwater, Florida 33758. So any donations, no donation is too small. No. We've received checks for $5. It does not matter, because if everybody sends $5, we'll have more than enough to do what we need to do.
All right. Thank you so much for getting up so early.
I know it is early.
And I love you, and
I love you too. And
it's been.
I want to personally thank you for all your help in being one of Mom's biggest cheerleaders and supporters over the years, and continuing to be. Even though you've stepped down from being on the board, I just wanted to let you know how much you've been appreciated, how much you've been at times my cheerleader when I'm like, oh my goodness, am I doing the right thing? And you're like, hun, just stick in there. So I just wanted to thank you for all that you've done for Mom.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And before we take this phone call, we've got Deborah on the phone. I'm going to have you poll for so you can maybe get to work early for our winner this week, Brooke Hansen. Thank you for coming in and shopping at MarketSpace for Good. We have a Rescue Me Bakery gift baskets. We want to thank Rescue Me Bakery Dog Treats for sponsoring the gift basket this week. Once again, every day that you come into the MarketSpace for Good, do it this week and drop off some baby stuff. And you make a purchase, you get an entry into our weekly drawing. And then at the end of the month, we're going to have a big drawing because I hate throwing names away. So, Brooke Hansen, you have won the Rescue Me Bakery Dog Treat gift basket.
Well, congratulations, Brooke.
Thank you for pulling that name. And we want to, and we will definitely see you on Friday. But let's take Deborah's call because she has an exciting workshop coming up. It's a wellness workshop. How you doing, Deborah?
Good morning, Karina. How are you today?
Good morning. We're having a good time hanging out with Mom. I wanted to thank you for calling in.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Now, Deborah you've started a program. Is the program called Healthy Start Today?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And you can find them on Facebook. It's Healthy Start and the number 2 day. And you're going to have a wellness workshop on September 30th at the MarketSpace for Good. Can you give us a little bit of insight in how you got to the point where you are today about encouraging people about health and well-being in their family homes?
Absolutely. I'd love to talk about that. First, let me say that the purpose of this workshop and all is I really focus on environmental toxins. And I break it down in a way that people aren't hearing about to let them know what these toxins are doing to our bodies, the effects they're having, and then what you can do to correct that. Because there's a lot of things that can be done that will help us combat these environmental toxins. And my journey on this road started back in probably the mid 1980s. I got diagnosed with a really, really bad case of periodontal disease. And it was so bad that I think the highest level of pockets is the number 10. And I had several pockets that were measuring 9.
Wow.
And so when I first went to a dentist, immediately they recommended gum surgery. Well, I did my homework, did my research, and what I found was that people's gums looked worse, in my opinion, after the gum surgery. So it was not a route I wanted to take to correct this problem. And just to go back a minute, I had a really irrational fear of the dentist.
Right.
And so this gum disease came about because I really didn't take good care of my teeth. And so I have no one to blame for that but myself. But what I did is I just started asking around and trying to find out if there was anything that I could do aside from having the gum surgery. And eventually someone introduced me to this dentist, and he put me on a vitamin regimen. And within 3 months, my periodontal disease was almost completely gone.
Wow.
And what had happened is I moved during that time. So I went to another dentist,
right.
A different dentist, and I didn't tell him anything about my prior diagnosis. And I had maybe 1 or 2 pockets measuring 1 or 2 in depth when I went to this new dentist. So that started my journey down this road. I was really myself personally amazed at how well it healed and cleared up my periodontal disease.
Well, and you offer some simple things that people can do as well. Like, for example, you're the main reason why my girls and I, we drink a lot of water. And, you know, we had those plastic, the plastic containers that are easy to wash, that kind of thing. And I started feeling, you were telling me about how plastic interacts with us in our bodies when you're microwaving it, when you're drinking it out of all the time. And, you know, just something simple like that, like switching to this cup that I have sitting in front of me that is metal, and it doesn't taste metal, and it's BPA free and all that other stuff. So something even simple like that puts you on a path to wellness more well.
It does. It absolutely does. And I don't think that folks are realizing the depth, because it's not talked about as much. What we get is sound bites here and there about these things, and really not going into any depth. And there's research backing all of this up, scientific research that shows what these things are doing to our body. In fact, I was just looking at one. This is an ingredient. Let me find my note here. That is included in so many of the products that we use every single day. And here in this country, they banned it in 2016, but only in a few things. And that just blows my mind. I'm like, why would you ban it in some things and not everything? And this particular chemical, it's linked to neurocognitive, autoimmune, and cancer diseases.
Oh my.
And yet they've banned it in some things, but not in everything. So these are the things I go into during this workshop. And then, of course, I'm presenting problems. Well, the idea is to also present solutions.
Right.
And there are a lot of solutions out there that we can do that really can have a significant effect on our overall health.
So it's the event's called Healthy Start Today, a wellness workshop. And it's actually listed as an event on the MarketSpace for Good event page. And I will definitely, I think I shared it in the show event page too, but we'll definitely get it out there too. I do want you to mention, because you're offering an amazing deal on this workshop.
Thank you. Yes, I am. Normally I provide the information at no charge generally, but then the information on what to eliminate, what to add into your daily routines, that's where I charge. Normally that's $199. For this workshop, you will get it all for $20. And then this $20, that's it. And this is honestly 30 years of research. And not only just research, it's me living it.
Right.
The things I talk about, like I haven't drank out of plastic bottles in years and years and years.
Right.
And I go into depth about why I don't use plastic. So that's, excuse me, one part of it. So yes, it's only $20. And then this week I decided to sweeten the pot even a little more.
And it just keeps getting better.
It just keeps getting better. The way I see it pretty much is anyone that's going to come to the workshop is going to share this information with a loved one or loved ones.
Right.
So I'm actually even offering a 2-for-1 special.
Great.
So you can bring a friend, a family member, whoever, and for the 2 for the price of 1, 2 for 20.
Okay, but we definitely want them to register because it's going to be held at the MarketSpace, and space is limited. So
yes, it is.
We don't want people sitting on top of each other or on the floor. So we definitely want them to register. And the workshop is September 30th. So how do they register?
They can go on to, I believe, your page, right?
Right.
Or if they want, they can my PayPal link is, I believe it's PayPal/ScubaDeb.
Okay.
And they can go there and make the payment.
Or they can go to Healthy Start Today. That's the number 2 day. That is your Facebook page. True.
Correct. On my Facebook page, they'll find that event listed there. And one of the things I didn't do, which I will update it today, I'm going to include in there exactly what we're going to talk about.
Great.
And let them know that I'm going to give them a list of solutions and things that they can help to begin to make these changes in their life today.
Well, that's fantastic. Just so that everybody knows, I've known Deb, it's going on a decade now, Deborah.
I know. It's been a long time.
I've known her for many, many years. I've known her to be extremely knowledgeable about this topic. I actually wouldn't have anyone at the MarketSpace for Good that I didn't trust implicitly to guide families on strategies that they can afford to get towards the path of wellness. And so I'm really excited about you being at the MarketSpace for Good on September 30th. What time is the workshop?
It's from 2 to 4.
Great. So it's a Sunday afternoon, 2 to 4, September 30th, and it's called Healthy Start Today, a wellness workshop. And it's going to be put on by my dear, dear friend, Deborah Benoit. And I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. I've known her for so many years. I just call her.
You're pronouncing it correct.
I just call her Deb. That's why. But she has really spent several decades studying this topic very intensely. Lisa, do you have anything?
Well, I'm just really impressed that this is something that you've taken on board, Deb. It's there's so much misinformation out there, and it takes some serious research to cull through it. And we trust that what is out there in the market is okay to use, as if it's been somehow tested and approved as healthy and wellness oriented. And that's just simply not true, because we know that things get taken off the market all the time. We know we have things in our U.S. market that have been taken off the market in Europe because they've been proven to be detrimental to our health. And it's time we take some personal responsibility to follow up and figure out what we need to do for our families, right? Is that sort of where you stand on that?
That is exactly correct. Yes, absolutely. In fact, let me just throw this one little statistic out there, because you're right. We think that these products are safe. They started out years ago where it was about 800 products that could be added. And when I say products, this is chemicals that can be added to food. We're now up to 10,000 different chemicals that can be added into our food. And the majority of these have never been tested for safety.
Great. Fantastic.
Yeah. It's really, and then just one more. This might really get a lot of people's attention. They did a study where they took and withdrew blood from the umbilical cord of newborns.
Right.
And in that cord, they found that it contained 287 toxins, and 180 of them are cancer-causing toxins.
Just from absorbing it from the mom.
From the mother through the placenta.
Wow.
And this is before baby even takes its first breath.
Wow.
So, we're a highly toxic society, but there's solutions, there's answers, and there's, effective, inexpensive ways to work around that and get these toxins out of our lives.
That's terrific. I'm excited. I can't wait for that. That's September 30th. Healthy Start Today, a wellness workshop with my dear friend Deborah. We'll get that information, but you can find her on Facebook, Healthy Start Today. That's the number 2. And Shop Local for Good will share it out, and MarketSpace for Good will share it out as well. And she's got a special deal going. Her entire program is normally $199. You and a friend can attend this workshop for only $20 for the both of you. But you'll need to register soon because space is limited, and we want to see you there. We want to pack the house for this wellness
I would
workshop.
love that.
Great.
Thank you for having me on today. I'm really excited. We're going to have fun too. I'm bringing, I like show and tell. So I'm bringing some things for show and tell.
Awesome.
And we'll make it a fun afternoon as well.
Okay. Thanks, Deborah. And I'll see you later this week for dry run through.
Yes, absolutely. I'll get with you probably tomorrow and we'll figure a plan for that.
Okay. Take care and have a great day.
You too. Thanks again, Karina.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Now, I do want to mention that the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival Early Bird Activity Armband bonuses. How's that for the world's longest title?
Right.
This is the last week to get the bonuses. Okay. So for less than the cost of a movie ticket, you can do the inflatable fun in 2 kid zones. We've got Noah's Ark Petting Zoo on wheels. Their deluxe petting zoo will be coming back. And the pony rides will be there.
The pony rides.
The pony rides will be there.
Photo ops with the kids.
Yep. Yay. So this week, we've had early bird specials on the tickets. And September 30th is the last day to get the bonuses of either a free face painting coupon or a free balloon animal or balloon art coupon. So you want to get in on that deal while they last. They're also limited. So buy early, buy often. It's not a lot of money. So that's the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. You can find that event on Facebook. We're also on Eventbrite. That's where you get the tickets. And the first 100 families are going to get a passport to local savings. So you're just going to get all kinds of bonuses if you're the early bird that catches the
worm,
the mac and cheese worm. So the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival is still seeking sponsors. We have amazing opportunities for local businesses to meet. We're coming up on almost 10,000 people that either like or they're going to the event.
Awesome.
That's because I've been doing this since December 17th
of last year. Yeah.
And it's so funny. The people in the beginning that RSVP'd, they're like, you're kind of early. I'm like, I'm kind of excited about this. Plus, we've not only do we have the 6 nonprofits that are competing. Why stop there? We're going to also be helping the Pinellas County Sheriff Explorer program.
Okay.
We're figuring out a way to help raise funds for them. And then PB and Jelly Deli is coming back.
All right.
PB and Jelly Deli is also competing for Foodie Favorite. And if you haven't had their gourmet peanut butter and jelly, I think it just tastes better too. Not only it tastes better because they're made by like real chefs. Noah is awesome. And now my mouth is watering for one of those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Where did I go with that?
Well, we know that
they're a nonprofit.
Yeah. So and they have variety, right? Different butters, different jellies, different combinations. Yeah. They add stuff to them. They add ingredients that are phenomenal. You think that couldn't go together. And then you bite into the sandwich and it's just amazing.
You're like, where are you going to be next?
They have one sandwich they put marshmallow fluff in.
Yes. My teenager got that one.
Yes.
Marshmallow fluff and peanut butter and jelly.
Oh yes. Man. Yeah. She wouldn't even let me have a bite. So not only is Peanut Butter and Jelly Deli a food truck, and they are competing in the Foodie Favorite People's Choice category. So if you vote for them, proceeds of your $2 vote will go to Peanut Butter and Jelly Deli's mission.
Okay.
Because they have a mission. Every sandwich that they serve to a paying customer, they serve a sandwich to a hungry person in our community.
Awesome.
And so that $2 vote that you're doing will help them expand on that mission. Last year, they were at the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival, and we were able to get them a little bit more funding. And they also do a Thanksgiving meal giveaway every year. So that's going to hit the funds from the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival is going to hit just in time for their Thanksgiving effort. Plus, the sandwiches are really good. So I'm excited that PB and Jelly Deli will be back to the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. That is going to be on November 3rd. Yep, I know it's early, but it's not too early. We want you to get your tickets. Even if you're not in need of an activity armband, please go and register for the free tickets so that our trucks know how much food to make. You don't want to come there and
they run out.
And to be out of macaroni and cheese. You got to have your voice counted. This is the fun kind of voting, people. It's mac and cheese. So that's November 3rd at New Hope Church, Palm Harbor.
Yes. And if you have grandkids you want to spend some time with, now is the time to get those activity armbands. Get as many as you need for the grandbabies and bring them out. And they'll have so much fun that you will be grandparent of the year. It's really going to be phenomenal for families.
Winner. Okay, and it doesn't stop there. Much like Deborah says, it doesn't stop there. I thoroughly love giving mac and cheesy bucks away. What is a mac and cheesy buck?
What is a mac and cheesy buck?
A mac and cheesy buck is a buck that you can spend at any of the any of the vendors at the event. So out of everybody that gets their early bird armband special, excuse me, by September 30th, we're going to have a drawing for 50 mac and cheesy bucks.
Wow. Yeah.
So you get a couple of armbands for the kids or 4, and then you have $50 to get mac and cheese with.
Fantastic.
Or go shopping.
Yes.
With our great merchant vendors.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another giveaway that I have going on, because here's my philosophy on this. I'm going to have to take a drink. Live radio. I would rather send the money back out into my neighbors than, no offense, Facebook, pay for Facebook ads. So what I'm doing right now in the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival event is we're what were we at when I left this morning, Lorena? 9,300 interested? I could check. It's around that. We're getting about 100 a day more. Once we reach 10,000 interested in the event, I'm going to give away another $50 in mac and cheesy bucks. However, there's stipulations. So you need to go to the event and you need to look up the post. It should be at the top of the page. And we're going to, first of all, we have to reach 10,000 people that are interested in going. And then you need to comment on the special post. You got to find it in the event. You need to tag 10 of your friends in one of the comments and make sure that you are going to the event.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the Facebook event. Because if you're not going to the Facebook event, then why would I give you $50 in mac and cheesy bucks? Why would you win it? So, yeah. And what we'll do is we'll check on all the names and make sure you have successfully completed all the steps. It's really not hard to do. Does it cost you a dime?
I think I counted 3 steps.
Yes. You need to. Yeah. And, if you want to go a 4th step and share it with your friends so they have a chance to win, then, you could just get some side deal going on with them. Look, if you win this, I'll give you $5. I don't know. I don't know if that's legal, but
well, if
let's
they
get
win,
this mac and cheesy excitement going.
Yeah, if they win, that's the friend you want to go with.
Yeah.
Hey,
by the way, I'm the one. Yeah, you're buying today. So, yep. That's the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. That's our Facebook event. We got a couple of giveaways going on. One of them involves you getting an early bird activity armband with a whole bunch of awesome bonuses and the potential to win $50 in mac and cheesy bucks. The other one is for when we reach 10,000 people that are interested. 10,000.
I can't believe that.
That's
awesome.
5 times more than we had last year. At the event.
Awesome. Those are crazy numbers, but it shows you how popular macaroni and cheese is. It shows you people are really anxious to get out in this nice weather we know we're going to have in November and spend time with their families.
And get to hear Folk University.
Yes.
So we also want to encourage people, the business owners in the community. We do have some sponsorship spaces available. So if you want to get in touch with us on being there with all the mac and cheesy food family fun, definitely want to touch base with us because it's more affordable than you think. Oh, let's give a shout out to Rashida. She's one of our passport members too. So you get if you're one of the first 100 families, you get a passport and you can save on her sweet trees, seawater, earth, and air. And she makes them out of wire wrapping and these jewels, and they're really pretty.
Oh.
So that's she's in our passport to local savings, Passports for Good. So Lisa, I want to give a shout out to Nuba Nursery. Why would I want to do that?
Because they're awesome.
Well, that and they're sponsoring next week's weekly giveaway at the MarketSpace.
Fantastic.
Yes, they've got a basket of their products that they're going to be. The winner will get to win. So you want to come into the MarketSpace for Good and buy something, maybe some fruit butter or salsa or Numa Nursery. Their products are available there, or a book, because we got a book contest going on too, a reading comprehension contest.
Reading comprehension contest.
It doesn't sound as boring as it is. we got mail, and so some of them are the people. They'll get the book, and then they print out the thing, and then they mail it to the MarketSpace for Good. So the mailman came in first time, and he's like, What's the address here? I'm like, dude, it's on the building. I'm like, oh, I got mail. It's like that movie. You got mail. Anyway, we had our first entry last week into the reading comprehension contest. I had to send a picture of it to Tom. That's being run by Dark Horse Florida Publishing. So if you go to their Facebook page, you'll get to read all about it. They also got a scary stories contest for Tampa Bay high schoolers to enter and get oops. Okay. I've been calling John Thrasher. I've been calling him the wrong last name. John Thrasher is the Folk University drummer. So I want to give him a big thank you. First of all, thank you to Mike for sending me a Facebook message to correct me on that. And I'm going to have to go through and change a few posts that I put up. I don't know why I got that other last name. So much appreciation, because Folk University they donated their time for Summerfest for Good, and they're going to be at the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. So, boy, that's embarrassing. Thank you, Mike, for letting me know that your drummer's name is not the name I've been using. I just tried to rename him. Maybe it sounded better. We also want to give a shout out to Fran Hosh Law Group. They're coming back for sponsoring the annual Macaroni and Cheese Fall Festival. They sponsored us last year, and they're sponsoring us again this year. And Ignite Chiropractic with Dr. Serrano. He is a very, very busy man. We're looking forward to trying to get him on a show. He's amazing on health and wellness as well. So I'd like to have him, even if he could call in.
I am going to have to leave you, ladies.
All right. You're welcome to sneak out and go to work.
Go to work. Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Mothers of Minors, their 4th annual Showers of Love Community Baby Shower. Every dollar you donate counts.
Every dollar. And cents.
Every cent.
That's right.
All the cents.
All the cents.
All the senses.
Well, you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'm going to head to do my other job now.
So we've got some time left, and we want to definitely review a couple of other things. For example, we're doing an open call for guest hosts. We're having auditions at the MarketSpace for Good starting in next week. So after September 30th. So we're going to start auditioning for guest hosts to come on the show in October. It's going to be much more than just coming on the show. You get to learn a little bit more about, if you ever thought you might want to do a radio show, you just spend a week with us and we'll give you some tips on what we found works best and how to maybe be involved. And then you get to be on our show for one show.
Yeah. Get all the behind the scenes, inside information. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. And I wish we had that opportunity because there's been some obstacles, not here though. Yeah. So that is the Shop Local for Good News guest host availability. And we will be having auditions. I want you to go to shoplocalforgoodnews.com and send us a contact us form and just, tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about Shop Local for Good. That's what I want to know. What are you thinking? What does Shop Local Good mean to you? And then let us know you're thinking about being a guest host, and I'll send you the rest of the information.
Yeah. And it might help to talk about building community and how it helps to bring people together, whether they're business owners or nonprofits.
Lisa's giving you the answers. See how she is? She's like, you might want to mention.
Just talk about that.
Just throwing it out there. So, and Shop Local for Good also works with Tampa Bay entrepreneurs and nonprofits. And we do this through offering a free one-on-one coaching session. Those are also available at MarketSpace for Good. In case you can't tell, we do a lot at MarketSpace for Good. It's more than just a retail shelf. It's also an entrepreneur incubator. And so we have workshops, we have classes. So if we have space available for artists and artisans and authors, if you're looking for an opportunity to be a part of an enthusiastic team that's really looking forward to not only growing their business, but growing along with all the MarketSpace for Good members. We even have a secret Facebook group. It's fantastic.
If it's secret, you can't tell everybody.
Yeah, they can't find it. They can't find it. You have to be invited special.
Okay.
You have to be a MarketSpace for Good member. So what is MarketSpace for Good membership? You do get a retail shelf, and you don't have to be there every day. The Shop Local for Good team manages the retail space. And we also get to brag about you, and you'll also benefit from our marketing. Oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Tampa Bay newspapers. They Tiffany Rosano wrote up a fantastic article about the MarketSpace for Good and a certain serial volunteer that manages it. Who could that be? So, and I really, really appreciate the media attention because it helps grow the nonprofits that are benefiting from your membership.
Right.
So,
because it is more than just a shelf.
It is. So, and I believe that's going to be coming out in the Clearwater Beacon too, in print.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's available online now. So that's TBN Weekly, tbnweekly.com. You can find us. We were on the front page the other day. Yay. So what does a one-on-one coaching session include? That includes me looking at your social media, going over your community outreach strategy, and definitely seeing what your Facebook and your website look like. Because sometimes all the time, it's good to have outside eyeballs, just give you a little bit of feedback.
Little third-party perspective always helps.
Yeah. And the strategies that we use are, I'll admit it, some of them are outside the box, but they're based on actual tangible things that we've tried before we suggest that you try it.
Yes. They've been tried, they've been tested, and what's working is what's suggested and counseled. And there are a lot of small business owners and nonprofits that can really benefit from this because they're not getting this information anywhere else.
Well, and I'm hearing feedback from some other opportunities out there that are like consignment or, other opportunities. Let's just call it that. And they're paying a whole lot of money. What I'm determined to do is help grow local entrepreneurs. I'm also determined to keep the lights on and the doors open. So there's a fine balance. It's not free, people. However, I wanted to make it affordable. So the goal was to make it to where the monthly membership is approximately the value or the cost of what you would pay to be at a market for one day. So you're getting a lot more days that you don't have to set up a tent and battle the weather and pray that the event manager that's you paid whatever money you paid to be there knows what they're doing on marketing. It's just such a gamble. There are some really excellent event managers out there. There are some that think they're event managers and they collect the money and they don't do anything for these vendors. And those are the ones that I wish would, not do it.
Right. Well, ultimately they're taking advantage, right?
Yes.
Somebody needs the market. They need the opportunity. And when you have no value in it, though, when they're not offering anything other than just that space for that time, how is it really helping the merchant? That, have to
It
wonder.
doesn't help them. And then unfortunately, it takes money from hardworking people. Mm-hmm. And what I want anyone, artists, artisans, and authors to know, if you're interested in the market space for good, you get me 110%. And I do care. I care about your success in the community. I care about the success of the community. And the stronger and more empowered entrepreneurs we have in our neighborhoods, the stronger our neighborhoods get. So that's the Monday motivation for the day. It's Karina on a tirade. So that's the Market Space for Good. It is at 6785 46th Avenue North. Drop in and visit. We're open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's a nice space.
It is.
And we have some space for you. If you're an entrepreneur, an artist, an artisan, or an author, we even have a local author bookcase, which the Unicorn Manifesto was added to this week.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes, well, I got my copy. I didn't have to buy it online. It's at the Market Space. So, and if you're in a shopping adventure, I had the best message sent to Shop Local for Good's Facebook page. It was a new neighbor. She just moved to town. Mm-hmm. I won't call her name out in case she's listening. And she had gone on an adventure in downtown Dunedin. I love Dunedin. I lived there when I was a kid. I'm a second generation native of Pinellas County. And she was looking for more unique spaces because she liked the downtown feel with all the shops. Mm-hmm. And she Googled Shop Local, and guess who she found? Us. Yay, Google. So she sent the Shop Local for Good page a message telling me the story that she just moved to town and she wanted to shop local for good. And I got to welcome a new neighbor. And, I told her about Safety Harbor and Tarpon Springs. And there are a lot of really neat downtowns, of St. Pete, of course. Mm-hmm. And then I encouraged her about the Market Space for Good. Because that's like a bunch of stores all under one roof. Because we have so many family businesses there.
And it's really centrally located. If you're in North County, South County, you can make it there in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's right off 66th Street.
Yep.
So Market Space for Good. And then we want to encourage you. You're going to win. You could win a Numa Nursery basket if you come in and purchase something. We have things from specialty foods to art made from copper to Aramel Apothecary. So I got the shower steamers. They're like a spa in your shower. They're only $2
Really?
for a shower steamer, and they're made with essential oils.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And Yocasta is, that's the owner of Aramel Apothecary. She's an Army veteran, and she's a nurse.
Oh, how neat.
And she has her own side job, which is her business, which is Aramel Apothecary, which is located at MarketSpace for Good.
Wow. So the shower steamer is something you can stock up on.
Yes.
As we get into fall and the change of weather. Sometimes that, bothers people's sinuses and they don't feel so good in the morning.
Yeah.
But she's got the steamers that have
lavender and mint is one.
Mm-hmm.
She's got an energy tab.
Mm.
She has, Lorena, what were the other flavors? Do you remember? No.
Is there one that like eucalyptus or something helps you breathe?
Oh yeah, Breathe
one.
Easy is
Mhm.
another one.
Mhm.
And I got one of each. Couldn't take it. Had to try it so I could brag about it. So, and she has this dope bug bee spray that's made out of essential oils. It works fantastic.
And it smells good.
If there's a mosquito in the room, they're after me.
Yeah, if you're spraying chemicals on your family, if it smells chemically, it might not be good to inhale, and it might be nice to have an alternative. So,
and we do have some temporarily have some essential oils available that were donated, and then to help raise funds. And then we also want to give a shout out to Edie Darling with Edie Darling's 3 is Enough. She's transitioning on her job, and she had some furniture and some really nice decorations that she donated to the Benevolution Foundation. A really nice table. So those are available at the MarketSpace while they last. And that would be you would be giving a donation to the Benevolution Foundation towards our mentoring program that we want to launch next year. So we got to start raising money now.
And any donations to the Benevolution Foundation are tax deductible.
Yes, we are a 501c3. And we might as well mention it. The Benevolution Foundation is also competing for your support in the community. So you're able to vote for the Benevolution Foundation with the $2. And man, 2 hours goes by quick.
It sure does.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and everybody out on Facebook land for giving us a shout out and put those hearts out there. If I missed any of your names, I apologize. We're running a radio show here. And I want to say hi to YouTube land too. We're live on the Tan Talk Network YouTube channel. We will be uploading this episode onto the Shop Local for Good YouTube channel, which is everywhere. It's just everywhere. And we're going to, Lorena and I at least, are going to head on over after the show to our favorite breakfast spot on the planet, Angie's Grill. Juan and Angela are huge supporters of Mothers of Minors, and it's a great family place to have breakfast. Their omelets are yummy and really reasonable. When you can get breakfast for under $5 and you're supporting a family business, why would you go to a corporate place?
Well, it is good food, and it is very reasonable. And yeah, absolutely, we support the family enterprises.
Yeah. And if Shelly's listening, you cannot leave. She's the waitress. She or the server. You cannot, if she's on staff right now, if you go and visit Shelly at Angie's Grill, you will not leave sad.
No, she's a bright light in a morning that you need.
All right. It sounds like we're getting out of here. We want you to tune in every Monday on the Tan Talk Radio Network. This is Monday Motivation with Shop Local for Good News. You can find us at shoplocalforgoodnews.com. That's shoplocalforgoodnews.com. We want to thank Ed, our producer, for being fantastic. And we want everyone to have a great week.
WTAN, Clearwater,
FM 106.1,
WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay, WZHR, Zephyr Hills,
FM 104.3.
Listen.
Tariffs and Wall Street. Cosby sentencing. I'm Michael Toscano. Stock futures appear to be pointing to a flat opening bell this morning as the U.S. and China levy tariffs on more of each other's products today. Christine Romans with more.
This round of tariffs could eventually hurt company profits. Stores like Target and Walmart now face a tough choice. They can either absorb the higher costs or they can pass it on to their customers. And if their profits suffer, so will stock prices.
That's the sound as Bill Cosby arrived at a suburban Philadelphia courthouse this morning for the start of a sentencing hearing to set his punishment on 3 convictions of sexual assault. Bob Costantini is there for us.
Even before daylight in a misty rain, a crowd of mostly women lining up outside the courthouse here, among them Victoria Valentino, who says